Greetings, folks. It's Dr. Jim Gishwin from sunny and the free state of Florida. You know, I'm sick and tired. I'm an American. I'm sick and tired of it. Okay? I'm sick and tired of our Constitution being trashed out. I'm sick and tired of our system of law and order being tossed out. I'm sick and tired of boys wanting to go to the women's restroom. Now, I'm a proud American. America, except for its expansion in the continental United States, has never taken land during any conflict. But then, after Woodrow Wilson, the first progressive, who hated the Constitution and loved watching, the KKK on film, riding through and harassing black homesteads and burning them down, he'd sit there and giggle at it. Okay? That was our first progressive president. And I'm saying progressive because I want you to know the difference between Democrats, liberals, and the left. The left are the progressives. Back in the 1920s and 30s, when academia and political circles were enamored by the success of fascism, both in Germany and in Italy. Fascism is the combination of business and state. Okay? Capitalism and state. That is socialism. Okay? The Chinese, their experimentation with capitalism is a form of fascism. They're combining business with the state. They're not owning it, they're controlling it. Now here's the problem. Back in the 20s and 30s, they knew the American public did not like the word socialist or fascist or Nazism. And we do have American Nazis, but they're not the skinheads that you're thinking of. They're big, rich businessmen. And they've been around long before World War I. And they've been controlling things long before World War I. All you have to do is see and hear the Davos group. That's the group that wants to control you, doing their televised meetings. They're out in the open now. They're televising it about their new world order. George Bush was a globalist. He sat there and talked about the new world order. Okay? These are globalists. That's what Trump was fighting against, was globalists in our government. Those people that had this guilt feeling of us being a superpower since World War II. But it's the rich people that control them. And tell me I was a deep stater, I know all about this stuff. They don't like you, folks. These are not Democrats. These are not liberals. They are out and out Marxists. If you don't remember the 2016 Democratic Convention, when none of them could sit there and do the Pledge of Allegiance with the word God in it, then think again. And what was one of the first things they wanted to close down during the pandemic? Churches. Even out at Crystal Palace out there in Los Angeles, I forget the preacher's name, but he had them out there in a parking lot with speakers, like a drive-in theater, in their cars. And that was supposed to be illegal. People, they're godless. I'm a proud American. We have never kept any territory we have conquered overseas. After World War II, all we wanted was a little plot of land to lay our heroes in. Now, I am sick and tired of it. And you should be too. You should sit there and yell outside in your front yard, I'm an American. Fly that flag. And keep with God. God gave us this great land, And God, I hope he helps us keep it. Ben Franklin was asked after the Continental Congress Convention, Constitutional Convention, he said, someone asked him what kind of government we got. He said, a republic, if you can keep it. We have to be able to keep it. We're losing our freedom of speech, our freedom of religion, freedom of press. The press is supposed to be the one safeguarding us, not the one just a propaganda machine for the government. And all of those emails from Elon Musk with the Twitter thing have proven that. You got some of the same characters doing the same stuff that they did during the Russia hoax. You got Page out there doing something with someone else. These people were supposed to be fired. What the heck are they still around for? The IG sat there and said, okay, fire them. And they're still there. Can't bad people remain fired, for God's sake? Folks, I love you all. And I know the people listening to me understand. And I know you understand and you love God too. Because I hear you. And I see your little comments when I post this stuff. Stay with God. God can save this country. Do not let them take God away from us. And you know, with the equality of justice, and I'm pretty upset about this laptop thing too, they used that, the FBI used that to put their thumb on the scales for the last election, for God's sake. 75% of the Democrats polls said that they probably would have changed their vote if they knew about this stuff before the election. But no, the FBI sat on it. You know how they're going to sit on it in the future? They're going to arrest Hunter Biden. They're going to indict and arrest him. And then anytime someone asks something about it, okay, since it takes forever to get to court, they're going to say this is an ongoing investigation. No comment. Ongoing investigation. No comment. We know all the facts already. They don't need to investigate it. The House committee already knows everything. In fact, they're finding out more and more and more. I could not believe during the Obama administration we had a director of the CIA that was a communist, that voted for Gus Hall. I have fought communism my whole life. I'm not going to stop now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is God help us. Please, God help us. And I want you all to pray right now. And I want you to be active. Vote for the right people. Okay, vote for the right people. All right, you're being ruled by a bunch of godless Marxists, fascists. You think the war in Ukraine came about by accident? No, it's the big fat cat, rich fascists, American fascists, just like the ones that set up the fancy telephone system, AT&T did, for Hitler before World War II. Just like the ones that sit there and try to get General Chesty Puller to sit there and do a military coup to form a fascist government here in the United States back in the 30s, and he went to Congress and squealed on them. They picked the wrong guy. They picked a guy that loved America. Of course, that backed Roosevelt into the corner, but Roosevelt was saved by the attack on Pearl Harbor. Then he could do something without it looking like he was sitting there responding to General Chesty Puller. So, ladies and gentlemen, pray. Actually, that general was General Smedley Butler. Pray, folks. As a Marine, I'm ashamed that I sat there and did it wrong. I can laugh at myself. Okay? Just like y'all can laugh at yourselves. That's the only way we're going to get through this. Okay? God bless you all. I pray for you, and I remain your very humble servant. Take care.